Good morning, hope you're right. In today's video, I'm going to do a tour of my garden as well as container plants. I thought you might want to see how my garden is looking at the moment, as we are already in fall and the temperatures are quite low, especially at night time, and we are having lots of rainfalls as well. This is my mint plant. There are 5-6 plants here in this container, and I keep harvesting the mint from these plants, and it is having new growth as well. Some of the leaves are dying, which I keep taking them off, and these mint plants are still doing fine. Especially, I think they are more than enough by needs. These are my bell pepper plants, which I transplanted here in in the ground, but one of the plants is almost died. I don't know what happened to it, and this plant is looking fine. It has got buds on it, but I'm not sure whether it will produce any peppers at this time. We are having quite a lot low temperatures now. And these are my tomato plants. They are full of tomatoes. As you can see, I have harvested quite a lot of tomatoes already, and they are ripening on the vine, and I'm going to let them ripen on the vine as long as they can, because the tomatoes that are ripened on the vine taste much better. But the temperatures are quite low now, and there's not enough sunshine, and we are having lots of rainfall as well. So I might want to take them off and ripen them indoors, as some of the tomatoes are being affected due to rainfall. As you can see, they are bursting open, but let's see what happens. At the moment they are doing all right, so I'm happy with their progress. These are my strawberry plants here. These are the runners which I planted last month. They are doing all right. This strawberry plant is producing quite a big strawberries as well. I have harvested few of these, and this strawberry plant is doing all right as well. It has produced lots of strawberries this year, and it has still got lots of blooms on it. And these strawberry plants were new this year. They have developed quite a lot now, and they have got lots of strawberries on them as well as blooms, but there's not enough sunshine for these strawberries to ripen quickly. These fancy plants I started from seeds, and I transplanted them in these bigger pots here, so they are doing all right. These fancy plants I bought from the shop last week. I used 4 or 5 of them in my hanging basket, and the others will go in the container. These are my carrot plants here in this container. They are doing all right. Some of more carrot plants here on this side. And these are my hot pepper plants in the containers. They are doing all right, and they have got blooms, and some of them are producing peppers as well, but their growth has been very slow this year due to the cooler temperatures we have had. So there is not much production of peppers on these plants. And there are some more strawberry runners here, and they are doing all right. The leaves are turning yellow now, but they are establishing themselves. These are seeds from my impatient plants, and I put them in this pot here, and they're germinating now. These are more carrot plants here, which I transplanted them in the ground, and they are not looking quite well at the moment, so let's see what happens to them. And these are my aster plants. They are showing the signs of weather. They are dying now. Some of the blooms are still all right, but most of the plants are almost died now. These are eggplants. They are not really huge. They have got like a couple of blooms, but I have some issue with my eggplants. They do all right, but somehow they don't produce any eggplants, so I'm looking into it. I have tried to tackle the issue, but it's not helping. These are my cucumber plants here in the ground. They're almost done now. We have harvested quite a lot of cucumbers from these plants, and there are no more blooms and cucumbers on these plants. There's a baby cucumber here, but these plants are almost done now. This nasturtium vine is looking absolutely awesome. It is full of blooms. It's going to cover this side of fence, I think, and it is like really the star of show at this moment now. This eggplant is doing fine. It's huge. It has got blooms but no eggplants. These pansy plants are showing the signs of weather now. They are like drooped over, and they have got some blooms, but I have plans to trim all these plants back to see if they can revive again, as pansy plants are hardy in our zone. So let's see. And these are marigolds. They are looking fine. Some of them have been eaten by slugs, and some of them have been damaged in the weather, in the rainfall, but overall picture is fine. This is my nasturtium vine on this side, and it is started to put on blooms. It's doing fine. These tomato plants are doing all right too. These are some more carrot plants in the ground here. This is a lupin plant which I cut back due to powdery mildew issue, and it started to put on leaves again. These are more nasturtium plants here in the ground, and these are self-seeded here. I have had nasturtium vine on this side which I cut back due to the caterpillar infestation, so it dropped lots of seeds on this side. I picked a lot, but still some of them managed to find their way in the ground. These are more tomato plants on this side. They are ripening as well. Some of them keep falling off the vine due to the wind, so I keep picking them and wrapping them indoors. This rose plant I started from cutting. It has got huge now. It has got buds as well. This is not actually a strawberry plant. This is a mock strawberry plant, which is actually a weed. So I started it from the seed. I took care of it whole year. Then I found this is not actually a strawberry plant. So I'm just thinking now what to do. Actually, I don't have the heart to throw it away. And these are cilantro seeds, which I started last week, and they are germinating now. So this is the best time to start cilantro seeds, as they prefer cooler weather. These are my marigold planter, and this is absolutely awesome. It is been the star of show, and it is huge and full of blooms. This is fuchsia plant. It's been awesome as well. It has got lots of pretty blooms, and it's almost done now. And this is Nerium Oleander. It is an evergreen shrub, and I just did a video on this plant, so I will put in the link in the description if you want to see. These are hydrangeas which are showing the signs of weather. This is my rose plant. It's doing fine. It has got a whole new set of blooms. And these are my sunflower plants. They are 3 in this container, and they have gone huge. They have got lots of buds, and they are started to bloom last week. Blooms are really pretty, so I'm really happy with the progress of this plant, although I started quite late, but it is worth the effort. I'm going to plant more of these sunflowers next year. So this is an awesome plant. These are my Nobilion Petunia planters. I did a video on these as well. I will put the link in the description if you want to see. These are my dahlia. This is my dahlia plant, and it has got lots of blooms. These blooms are huge and awesome. This is my impatiens basket. It's still looking really pretty. This is my fall hanging basket, which I planted 4 or 5 pansy plants here. And these are my bell pepper plants. They have got bell peppers, and they are getting bigger now, but they are not a lot of bell peppers on these plants. This year I haven't had much success with bell peppers and hot peppers. Their growth has been quite slow. This is another rose plant here, which is showing the signs of budworm infestation. These are snapdragons, which I started quite late, but you can still see some buds on this plant. These are zinnias. They are looking really pretty, really pretty shades, and these plants have been really beautiful, and I'm really happy with the progress of these plants. These are few more hot pepper plants. They have got lots of buds, but not much production of peppers. And these are cosmos here in this planter. They are huge. They have got like really pretty pink color blooms, but again, due to weather, this plant hasn't performed as I expected. So this is my garden. This is how my garden is looking at the moment. I think taking into account the bad weather we are having and the lots of rainfall, it's still doing pretty fine. So if you want to share the pictures of your gardens with us, please leave them in the comment. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up.